Well, greetings to our valued travel partners, and welcome to another webinar, Connect with Princess. I'm part of VP of Sales. I'm so happy to come to you. But by the way, we're not in our luxurious studios in LA today. Okay, actually, we're coming to you live from San Francisco, where we're here for the ASTA Global Convention. So I'm really excited to be proud sponsor of ASTA. If you're not a member of ASTA, I highly recommend you become one, because this is the arm that really advocates for the travel advisor community in our industry. And the work that they're doing is just beyond amazing and spectacular. And after the 18 months, 2 years that we've had, we need everybody advocating for us. So I'm coming to you today from San Francisco. So I just want you all to know, it's always, I have a really good friend who came in and always said it's always technical problems. I want to thank the team back home who's doing all of the behind the scenes magic to make sure that everything goes phenomenal. So someone just texted in and they said, what's happening with the voice? So can you not hear us? I want to know. By the way, it's a great interactive chat with the team. So if you cannot hear us, let us know, because we're going to keep going full force. It's really important. So Joe, who I call the magical wizard behind the curtain, will be advancing our slides today. But it's really great to be with you. Great to have the opportunity to share some of our newest innovations, initiatives, and as always, all the exciting stuff. So next slide, Joe. Because I had a really good advisor email me about giving away something exciting, okay? Which is, we do. Every webinar, we give away a free cruise, right? So I want you all to know, just stay around, because we do a live transcript available on Facebook, as you all know. And at the end, we will always give away that incredible 7-day cruise to either Mexico or the Caribbean. But remember, onesourcecruises.com. It is truly our travel advisor website to help you access everything that has to do with Princess. And by the way, now it's mobile responsive. So really important for all of you to know that. You don't have to be tied down to your laptop or PC. You can do it on. So again, stay to the very end so we can give away a free cruise. And by the way, joining me today, none other than our own next slide. I love this one. Marsha Patrick. Marsha. Next slide is with me live. It's always we're gonna have to both fit in the screen. Okay,
we got to pause for a second.
Sure.
On the live, and they're saying they cannot hear us well
at all.
They said it's very garbled.
Oh no. What's up? We have everything that we had when we did the recording run through.
Yeah.
Can you hear us better now, Cindy? Do you want me closer? Farther? Say the word. Can they hear us or not? Somebody put it in the comments. I want to make sure we're giving you what you need, and that's clarity. But while they're fixing that, don't you love this?
Yeah,
okay, Wanda, thank you for letting us know. My team is like, okay, start over. Terrible. Oh my God, Betsy. Oh, Betty. So not only can I can't hear, I can't see.
So let's turn off the live. You guys stay tuned.
Stay.
We're gonna go off, see if we can fix the audio. It did work in our test run.
Perfect.
And we will be right back. Please stick with us. We'll be right back.
Stand by.
Joe, if you can cut us on the live, and we'll try and see what we can do with the audio.
We're back in the show.
It says we're live. Are we live?
Are we back? How do we sound?
Okay. If it doesn't sound good, then we'll put a
We'll
headset.
do a headset on. There we are. Marsha. There she is. Hopefully this sounds better. Somebody says it sounds. What did I say at the beginning? It's always technical, and it is. But you know what the beauty is? I always say, and I say this to my kids, things can go wrong. You can stumble and fall. At the end of the day, it's how you recover, how you get back up. So bring in Marsha, bring good and clear. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you.
Thank you for telling us.
I agree. And
Yeah.
thank you all for your patience. It's really, you think now with 2.5 years of Zooming and teaming and everything else imaginable, at the end of the day, did I tell you we're coming live from San Francisco at the ASTA conference advocacy dinner tonight? We're so excited and we're a proud sponsor. So I want to make sure you got that. Okay. Thank you, Janice.
Hi, Janice.
Okay. Let's rock and roll, Marsha, because you're my guru and I want to make sure. So next slide. Welcome. How are you?
I'm great.
Are you sick of me already?
The exciting news is we're welcoming everyone on board.
Amen. We are global citizens, ladies and gentlemen. The time has come. I think all of you have seen the news. First, it was the cadence of CDC announcing, removing all of the restrictions that I'll remind everybody. March 13th, 2020, the earth stood still, or the cruise industry stood still because of the CDC. Now we are moving forward ahead. We announced some very exciting news. So we've updated our vaccination and testing requirements, and the new standards will go into effect September 6th. This is critical, which will make it easier for all of us to come on board a beautiful Princess Cruise. So we've updated these requirements. And again, fully vaccinated guests age 5 and over will no longer be required to test for COVID-19 prior to embarkation. This is huge from a health and safety update. It's really important. I think all of you know we're the only category left in travel that was requiring these type of strict testing requirements. Now, what I will tell you is, depending on the destination, so we're going to get into all of this, but there's no more unvaccinated thresholds. So before it was the 10%, first it was 5, then it was 10, now it is no longer. So unvaccinated guests age 5 and over will be welcomed as long as they take a test, and obviously with a negative result. But we are making progress, ladies and gentlemen, and that's what this is all about. Remove every obstacle, remove everything that is in the way of bringing our industry back full force and 100%.
Okay, so we'll spend a little time, just a little bit of time on this, because there were a lot of questions in pre-registration about this. We have some great questions we're going to cover at the end, so stick with us, but we'll do our best to clarify this with you now.
So the next slide.
Next slide, Joe. So voyages of less than 16 days, vaccinated guests no longer need to test before boarding, right? So that's pretty amazing. So the exception is our Panama Canal transits, the Transocean, and other special itineraries. And I want to clarify that Transocean is not Hawaii. So Hawaii 15-day, if you're vaccinated, it is this new rule. So you do not have to test on the Hawaii voyages. I know that was a point of confusion. Next slide, Joe. And then voyages of less than 16 days for unvaccinated guests, you will need to show proof. I'm sorry, you don't need to show proof of vaccination. You do need to self-test 3 days prior to sailing. And that's no longer a medical monitored test. You could actually go pick up a test from the convenience store and take that at home. Take a picture of your negative test results, and you're going to upload that into Medallion.
So let's stop right here because I want to be really, really focused, okay? So unvaccinated guests, or those who do not provide proof of vaccination on those itineraries, will self-test within 3 days of sailing and upload the proof of that negative test before boarding. So what's the current direction we'll be communicating is for guests to take photos of that home self-test and upload it into the Medallion Class app. And the current direction is for guests to take those photos at home. Listen, we're removing all of those pain points and angst points and frustration points, right? So I think it's really, really important. Again, effective September 6th. Next slide. 16 days or longer.
16 days or longer. So all guests on these voyages still need to take the supervised test within the 3 days of embarkation. So basically, it's the same policy we currently have now. But after September 6th, if it is a voyage longer than 16 days, then you do need to now have the supervised test. And there are some actual places that we're going that are, the regulations by country can be different. And so you need to very well know the visitprincess.com/cruisehealth/FAQ. It's really our little Bible on all things health and safety and what's required. And you can click on the destination that the guest is going to and see the requirements specific for that location.
But also, here's the good news, okay? We know how difficult changing, it's hard for you to keep track of everybody, but any guests that are on these types of voyages will be contacted directly by an ocean navigator to assist, right? Our goal, our mission, our role is to make sure we're a pleasure to do business with and to remove any of these pain points. We want cruising to be back 100%. Our arms are open. Welcome everyone. Okay. So we want to make sure it's easy for you. We know what you've been for, but more so for our guests. We want to make sure we make this is an exciting time because this is progress, right? So the next slide, because of course, no changes for Canada. You're the Canadian queen these days, right? The director of Canada sales. So I'll let you talk about Canada.
So no changes for Canada. Just as we had shared just a minute ago, that by country, these requirements could be different. So currently the way Canada is sailing and requiring the guest to be vaccinated or to let us know in advance and have a medical exemption, right? So that's still in place for Canada at this time. Our hope is that this will be changed sometime soon, or that will be a review of it and we can get some exciting news to share at some point. But until then, Canada did not change.
But also other destinations, really critical to know, because we're not in the driver's seat in some of these destinations that we visit. We want to be global citizens, but we're really respectful of different states of where countries are. If you go to Bermuda, for instance, obviously Canada, Greece, Spain, there's others who have those restrictions. So we've got to make sure that until it's completely open globally, we still have those challenges. But this is exciting news, and we want to make sure we reiterated it. Obviously, the travel agent newsletter that goes out every Thursday talks about this. We give you the most exciting, the most relevant that you need to know news on top first. So make sure if you don't even scroll down that you're looking at what it is that we are announcing. So speaking of announcing, because that's our theme for today, right? Really important. So today we are going to focus on a new initiative. We announced this last week, telling everybody we would talk about it today. Okay. This is what we really want to talk about. How do we make you really relevant, but more important, let you have an ability not only to service your guests, but how do we make more money, more profitability, more commission for you? So that's what we're talking about today, our new Princess Upgrade program. And here to join us is none other than Mitch Kiefer, and he's our Director of Customer Experience and Support Systems with 24 plus years in the service of our travel partners and our guests. Mitch, welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Glad to be here. I really appreciate being invited to this webinar. So a lot of information to share. So we're going to get started right now. So
fantastic.
Let's see if I can get it to go. There we go.
You got it, Mitch.
Our new program, which is a bidding for your upgrade program, has been branded as Princess Upgrade. And this program will actually go live on September 6th. So we have made all the announcements, but your clients will start getting notifications starting on September 6th and 7th. So what is Princess Upgrade? It's a guest bidding system. They're able to select the price they are wanting to pay. Again, there is a minimum that we are setting. We're not giving upgrades for $1, but we wanted to, they are at highly discounted rates, and it's very similar to the upgrade programs that airlines currently have as well. In fact, we have partnered with a third party called PlusGrade, which is really the global leader in this bidding platform for the travel industry. So we're very excited to have them as a partner, and we really look forward for a lot of success. And our success is your success, because really every opportunity, every upgrade is commissionable, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. So we'll just get going with the next slide. Now, how does it work? So there's some eligibility that is required. And first, to be eligible, simple stuff. The voyage has to be in final payment period, and the guest has to be paid in full at that point. So it's open to guests who are 21 years of age and older. You do have the ability to change and cancel your bids before it's accepted. And the guests have a multitude of categories they can bid on. So it's not just going from a balcony to a mini suite or a mini suite to a suite. We've created it so you can go have options into club class and different areas within club class and different levels of suites. So there's a lot of opportunity. And if your guest doesn't want to take that big leap to a suite, say, but really you want to give them the near suite experience of club class, they can do that for a little less money. And again, really the best way to remember when these voyages open is just take 5 days after the final payment date. So
Hey,
anybody who's
Mitch,
yes.
sorry, we just had someone that said thank you for the chart because it's going to be very helpful, and this will be a one source for them as well.
Yes, yes, and but just remember 5 days after final payment. That's when
The bidding begins?
The bidding begins, yes. The voyage
I
opens
love
up
that.
for bidding. Okay, so how does it work? As I said, bidding will be for multiple stateroom categories. There's an email that the guest will receive also, but I just want you to know that Princess is so committed to the guests, the travel agent. We know that there are different reasons why somebody may not get an email, and we don't want those people to feel excluded. One of those reasons, and often one of the most common reasons, is people don't realize they clicked a little box on one of our Princess emails and opted out of marketing materials. So that they won't be receiving this email. So it's really important to let your clients know, or if you're going to bid for your client, which you can do, all you need is your booking number and the passenger's last name, and they can access the bidding site. So invitation is kind of the broadcast of it, but if somebody doesn't get it, there are still ways that they can make a bid, or you can make a bid for them for themselves. I also want to point out, yes.
Sorry, one more question. This
Sure.
is for U.S. and Canadian guests alike, or Canadian guests eligible?
Canadian guests are eligible.
Thank you.
There might be a day or two delay on Canadian emails going out, so it might be the 8th or 9th of September, but we're still fingers crossed that it will be Canadian guests on the 6th as well. So
Excellent.
Thank you.
yes.
Lots of chatter about that, right? So I wanted to make
Okay.
sure they knew that.
That's
So thank
good.
you, Marsha, for bringing that
Yeah.
up. We saw about 10 questions on it. Thank you.
Okay. And one of the things I do want to add too is, even if the guest isn't, books within final payment, it's not set in stone. We send our partner the list, a new list, a refreshed list every single day. So if somebody qualifies on 30 days before sailing, because they're a late booker but they're paid in full, they will still get the invitation or still become eligible to make a bid. So,
and that's critical because, Mitch, our booking windows have been shrinking, right?
Yeah.
So most people, we have a lot of availability this fall. So I want to make sure everybody knows this is a fantastic tool with all the space that we have for folks to book close in, and then even have this additional opportunity. I think it's really, really exciting. So I'll let you continue. I think I had to just say that. Go ahead.
Okay. One of the things that's key, and we put it everywhere where there isn't, so we reduce confusion. The bidding price is per person based on double occupancy. This is a key thing. So really, if it's somebody going single occupancy, they would be paying 2 times the bid amount. The other piece that's important to know is you only pay for the first 2 passengers on a booking. So if you're in a quad cabin, only the first 2 passengers are paying the amount, so the upgrade amount.
Okay, that sounds great. We have a lot of questions coming in, Mitch, so let
Okay,
me
that's
tell
good.
you.
I don't know.
Our portion is gonna
There's
go
a
fast, 'cause
lag.
most of it is all about you, so
Yeah.
tell us.
Okay. Okay. So how do you access? We talked about that a little bit. The first way, or the intro, is all guests 21 years of age meet the criteria of their booking being paid will receive an email. We'll show you an example of that. But also a guest could go, if they didn't get the email, they can check to see if they're qualified or they're eligible on princess.com. You can go through OneSource. There's links on OneSource. You can actually bid on their behalf. And very soon, again, we're hoping it will be by launch from Polar Online as well, which will be great because then you don't even have to re-enter the passenger's booking number or last name. It will just take you right to the site and you can enter that bid for them. Okay, so this is just a quick look at the invite. So this is the email your guests will receive. And in fact, the other great thing is we don't do anything with the guests, directly with the guests, that you don't know about. So every single thing that the guest receives, you receive a copy as well. So it's really important to know you are never left out of the loop. Travel agents, we don't want to do anything to harm that relationship. So you get everything
In
that
the
your
know.
guest will get. Yes.
You're in the know.
Mitch, another
Yeah.
question from Marguerite. Can you bid, is the upgrade option only for changes in the meta or the cabin type, or can you also bid within the same category?
Well, the same.
So like a better location.
No, we do not have bids for better locations.
Okay.
But
It's
that-
above the one
but-
that they're currently booked in, correct?
Yes,
Yeah.
correct.
Okay.
So, but you can always just call into Res or go into OneSource, and that pricing between, typically is going to be much less than going intermeta, so to speak. So,
Right, correct.
Right, it's called an upgrade. Let me ask a question.
Yeah.
This was a comment, and they want to know, why are we doing this? And I think this was a manual process before that wasn't. So
Yeah,
this is a
it is.
third party. It's not us. It's a third party platform that's
Right.
doing it. So it's very automated, fast, easy, allows us really to maximize revenue and allow you to make more commission. That's
Yeah.
the reason for it. People want to know, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Okay.
This is replacing, for the most part, our legacy program. There are going to be times where there aren't enough bids. We're hoping that never happens, but there could be, or it's last minute, or we have one specialty cabin that we want to promote, and so we may put out an offer that way. But for the most part, it is going to replace our legacy upsell program. And again, it will be much more efficient. The one thing I do want to add, other cruise lines also partner with Plus Grade. So the one difference between the Princess upgrade program and others is the payment process, which is going to be, I'll talk about in a minute, but also we want to still have a certain level of service that we don't want to create conflict. People book, bid for a suite, and they can't. There's no way for them to tell us they don't want the S5 that's all the way forward. Not that just personal preference there. They can't be in the back of the ship. So we will be doing call outs or letting the travel agents or the guests know, if for some reason there's a dramatic change from their current placement, to make sure and not cause friction between the client and Princess or the travel agent and Princess. So we're going to add that layer of service.
Mitch, I got to tell you, I've been doing this now a short 5 months. I've never seen so many questions come in. This is probably the most exciting bit of information. I have
Good.
so many questions. I can't keep up,
Yeah.
but there's one that I want to make sure we're clear, because this starts September 6th. So if somebody is boarding our ship September 6th, it would not apply to that voyage, correct?
No,
Because we're
it's going
just
to, yeah,
launching.
it will apply to voyages that sail October 1st and later.
Perfect. There we go. Did you hear
Okay.
that? Because there was at least 20 comments. And by the way, thank you for all of you that have bookings on September 6th. I really appreciate that greatly. But October 1st or later, correct, Mitch?
Correct.
We got it. Okay, so those 25 questions are off the mark.
Okay, good.
All you.
The other thing I wanted to add is that I know there were some questions about ADA cabins, and this is again another opportunity for us. So the system itself doesn't have a indicator that will only show if you're your client's in an ADA cabin and they want an upgrade and they want another. Well, the assumption is they want to upgrade to another ADA cabin. We can't limit what we show to only show the categories that have ADA cabins, but we do inside the administrative tool, it does that indicator passes that this guest is in an ADA cabin, and we will know that we will look for those available ADA cabins, and it wouldn't be accepted. Their bid wouldn't be accepted for a non-ADA cabin or stateroom.
Perfect.
That was a big question as well. Excellent.
And Mitch, you might cover this, so if you do, we can hold on. But one of the other popular questions is the time frame for knowing if you want a bid. Is that something you're going to cover in a few minutes?
Bid confirmation.
Yeah, bid confirmation is so the bidding period. You know what? I'll just answer that question now. So we are going to be accepting bids. Again, it's based on availability. So even though a voyage could be oversold or sold out, fully waitlisted, and but we'll still be accepting bids because 2 weeks out, 3 weeks out, or at any time, cabins can become available, staterooms can become available, and we will accept. But we are not, again, maybe a differential between some of our competitors. Some wait until 2 weeks before to accept bids. We are not going to do that. We know that people are anxious to know, and so if we can get them the answer they want and accept that bid beforehand, we will. But again, we have to have cabins available, and it has to fit into the revenue model that we work very closely with our product teams. So, but from the day after your bid opening, we could start approving limited numbers of offers.
Fantastic, because they wanted to know the turnaround time. Obviously, the example you just gave was a sold-out voyage, waitlisted, but we'll still take it because it's happening, right? People cancel last minute. So that's really a very unique environment. I wish we were sold out all the time. We would need this tool, Mitch. We need this tool, so we're sold out all the time. So I appreciate that. So from the moment they make the bid, hopefully, so the turnaround time, we'll notify them as soon as we're able to do so, right?
Right. So once a guest completes their bid, which I'm going to do the live demo on, they'll receive an email, as well as the travel agent, travel advisor will receive a copy as well, that their bid has been submitted. They also receive opportunities to, as you see here, that they can modify or cancel their bid. So which is great, and they can just go in and click and always have the opportunity to control the bid.
Right, change or cancel bid anytime before the bid's accepted. I want to make sure I make that clear. Excellent.
Absolutely.
Okay. Just
absolutely.
doing my Oprah thing. I can't help myself, Mitch.
It's okay. It's appreciated. Now, how you will access it from one source? It's really important you'll see that we are going to be having a new card right here, which is Princess Upgrade. That will take you to the landing page which looks like this. And this is where you'll put in the guest last name and their booking number. You hit check eligibility, which really not only checks their eligibility, but then will have you enter into the bidding site, and which is great. Very easy. There we go. Now, we're going to go through in the live demo, give you some more details, but really what's in it for you. You are going to earn extra commission, whether you are a partner with your client on this or they do it independently. You'll know because you're getting all the confirmations that they've put in submitted bids, things like that. But you get not only your standard commission, if you're eligible for override commission, you receive your override commission on that. And in addition to that, if your guest has Princess Vacation protection, now the upgrade cost goes into the cruise fare amount, so it will increase your cruise fare amount, which means there will be an increase in the PVP cost, but that is commissionable as well. So there's, not big dollars there, but there is the opportunity to earn a little extra on the PVP cost as well.
And everything counts. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
A little extra.
And PVP is Princess Vacation Protection.
Princess Vacation Protection.
Yes.
Quick question, because this one came in and I'm watching it. I never knew I could multitask so well. I always say stay in the moment, but my eyes, I can't help but shift. Listen to you, Mitch, because this is an education for me and for all of us. And that's why we do these webinars, okay, which is really, really important. Someone says, what happens if you...
Not someone, it's Marsha.
No, not that Marsha. I'm talking about another question that came like 20 minutes ago. Hello, stay. Marsha, stay with me. Okay. Okay, but Marsha, I'll ask Marsha's question because Marsha wants me to ask. If you book the plus package and bid on an upgrade, do you still have the plus package? You do.
Yes, you do.
Right, Princess Plus.
Yes.
Yep.
Not affected. Okay.
Yeah.
Then the other question that I was going to ask before Marsha's question, someone had asked, let's say they go through the process, because I know you specifically said they can cancel, right? Make sure you can change it and cancel before the bid is accepted. If the bid is accepted, and I'm sorry to say this, but this question came up like 5 times, and they don't like the room, can they cancel and go back to their original? That sounds complex to me, so I'd love to serve that up.
It is very complex. We won't be able to guarantee it, but again, the guest is obviously most important. We will do what we can. Sometimes we will be able to accommodate that. Again, part of the issue, what I've addressed before, is if, in general, there are small categories of cabin locations that people may find undesirable to them. And through our legacy program, so we ran the legacy program, and we have a good idea of what those cabins are. So if what the cabin or stateroom that's available is in one of those parts of the ship that some people don't like, we will reach out to the guest and before we process and make sure that it's acceptable to them. I know it's going to be a big commitment on our part to do that, but
it's a win-win. That's what we want this to be.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So thank you for addressing that.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. Okay. So our rollout schedule. So we launch on September 6th, and again, it's for 5 ships, but which are all North American ships. So Caribbean, Discovery, Enchanted, Regal, and Ruby, and then, but we'll be fleet-wide by the end of October. So we wanted to not overwhelm the system, make sure that we have all the kinks out, everything's working, and really wanted to, so that's why we're doing the smaller test. So, so it's coming up very fast, though.
Fantastic. I'm excited. But you've been working on this for months and months and months, because I know that.
Yes, yes. So I'm very happy. Very happy. So training support. Now we have a step-by-step guide that is going to be posted or is posted in OneSource.
Already up.
Okay, and we have FAQs, and there's been so many great questions that I've already seen from today's webinar, so we're going to have to be adding things to the FAQs, but our first go around of FAQs are posted as well, and also our learning department has created a walkthrough video, which is a real nice tool to visualize the process. And then again, there's Princess Answers information and some information as well on princess.com.
So let's stop right there real quick. Not to
Sure.
interrupt, because I know we're going to go live and this is critical, but I just want to take a pause because I just want to talk about support, right? OneSourceCruises.com, step-by-step training guide. We're not leaving you out there saying, hey, because we've heard you loud and clear. We're introducing a new program. This is created to make your life easier, get you more commission. All of us, again, win-win is the end game here, right? We'll have an FAQ for you, which is really important. And based on, and I knew this webinar, didn't I tell you, Mitch? I told you this webinar, our travel advisors, they're experts on Princess. They know more than we know. So they know all the questions that they want. So we will incorporate a lot of these questions. Believe me, after the webinar, we do an entire dump of all these questions. And then the brainiacs, that would not be me, that would be you, Mitch, and your team. We'll offer that and we'll post that up. We already have an FAQ up, but we will have an updated one as we take all of these questions. The best part, I'm a visual person. You could talk to me for an hour and I still won't get it. I need to see it. So thank you for the walkthrough video. I think that's critical. That way they know. But at the end of the day, Princess answers via OneSource and princess.com. So folks, we're putting everything at your fingertips. Okay, this is exciting.
While you go live, Mitch, one more question that has been asked quite a bit is if you're on a TA rate or even maybe your Commodore cruise, are you offered the ability to bid as well?
It is, if you're on a TA rate, you are. The Commodore cruises actually have jumps. You can upgrade.
With the Commodore process.
The Commodore process, and those are probably the best rates for jumps, to be honest. That we offer.
So we should use the process we currently use.
Excellent.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But in general, the general rule is if you paid something for your booking, the cruise fare, so you will be able to participate. I mean, as a general rule.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Third-party endorsement. Deborah, thank you for saying this before he goes live. She says, love this program. I've used it personally on other cruise lines. So I think it's a game changer for us.
Great.
So thank you, Mitch, for spearheading this, okay?
Yeah.
And Madeline says, great job explaining the program. Mitch, you're a star. You're coming back to connect with Princess.
Okay. Well,
all right.
good.
Mitch is going to go live.
Yeah, I'm going to go live in 1 second here, but just as a reminder, just wanted to show you. So you're going to, if you want to access the site from OneSource, you're going to go to onesource.com on the homepage. You're going to click this card here that says Princess Upgrade. It's going to take you to the landing page, and I'm going to now flip my screen to our live demo. So sorry about that. I lost.
Oh my God, this is exciting.
Joe, you might need to drop this off so that it can get big enough for everyone to see.
Is that good? Need a little more?
There we go.
Okay,
thanks.
Perfect. So you'll be taken to our home screen once you've entered the site. You're going to then have there's 3 simple steps. One is make us an offer. Now, this is again a differentiator between Princess and the other brands. Where it says enter your payment, it is confusing, but they could not change this for us. We are not going to require payment, but the guest will need to at this time, but the guest will need to provide a credit card to secure their bid. Now, the credit card won't be charged. It is a process to be able to still offer the program and work around some plus grade rules, and then review and submitting. So I'll go through this really fast. So you've put in your credentials. So you put in the guest's name and their booking number. and you are going to, it will give you the guest name, so you make sure, and it will tell you their summary of their cruise information and their current stateroom. Then you're going to be able to scroll down and see, and they are in a mini suite right now. So you'll see that if it's a ship with a sky suite, there, it goes from sky suite, gives you all the different types of suites we have available, mini, then we go to club class. And so in this example, so there are two different club class categories. One is forward facing, which again, when we talked about, some people don't like forward facing, and we didn't want to just put you into a forward facing because we knew that, again, could be problematic. So we've split that out for for ease and reduction of friction. So, but let's say the guest wants to try a club class mini suite. So it tells you where to start. So for here, they could bid, say they want to bid $150 or $155. As you can see, there's an indicator that says, it doesn't mean we may accept your bid, or we may not accept your bid, but compared to the pricing that, we're looking for,
Love that feature. Love it.
it can go to good, or it can go, excellent. And I do want to stress, you will never pay, again, maybe a Princess differentiator. We will never have ask you to bid, the guest to bid higher than they would pay for that category,
Oh, if they
for
had
the
just
cabin,
bought that
the
cabin
bed.
On their own.
initially.
It's a
Yeah.
value, and it's a per person, right? Per guest amount. So that 360 USD is per person,
Right.
Right.
not per room.
Per
Perfect.
guest, it says it there.
Per
I know, but
guest,
we're having
yeah.
a question,
Yeah,
so.
yeah, yeah, okay.
Yeah. So, okay. So let's say we're going to bid, uh, 185 here. Sorry.
Mitch, while you're doing that, all categories are eligible once they're final paid, right? So I could be on an inside and I would get this option as well?
Yeah. You wouldn't get all the way to suites. So again, using historically, an inside, the max I believe they can go is to deluxe balcony.
Balcony, okay.
That's beautiful.
Mhm.
And yes, the first two pay, but if you have a third guest, it's complimentary for the third guest.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
exactly. And so I'm going to put in 2 bids here. I'm going to go down to continue.
And yes, that rate is per cruise, not per guest. I said it was double occupancy. Someone wanted to know, is that per day? No, it's per cruise. So that 185 is per person for the whole cruise duration. Thank you.
So, and again, we wanted to say, here's your offer, and then the total, because it is based on double occupancy, this is what your bid amount would be. And we wanted to make sure that they know the credit card won't be charged. It's just there to know that your bid is serious, because there are steps that we take that could be very expensive for us if the guest isn't really serious and just playing around. So
Mitch, another question. If the
Sure.
booking is in Canadian dollars,
Thank you.
will the upgrade bid price be in Canadian dollars as well?
yes, it is. And this is something that I want to be clear about. So it will be the USD amount converted to Canadian. It's very different than our, it's not and it won't be the same exchange rate that is in Polar. So
Which exchange rate is it? Is it the most current? Are we?
yeah,
pulling
it's the
that
most
live?
current. Yeah,
Got it. Okay.
it's the
Good. That's good, because
yeah.
sometimes the rate gets locked in and it could be at an advantage to get the newer rate. So that's good. Thank you.
Let's see. While I'm filling this out.
That's fantastic. Great comments.
just
Just let me know when you're ready. You've got great comments. Very nice, user-friendly bid app. which is fantastic.
There's questions about group bookings, and this does apply to someone who is in a group. So if they want to participate, they still can, whether they're in a group or not.
Correct.
That means yes.
Yes.
Love it. He's multitasking too, and I'm loving it. Okay, you're putting in the credit card. It's like, my God, it's like the Price is Right here. I'm so excited. Yeah, it's like Wheel of Fortune and Price is Right, all in one. Fantastic.
Yeah.
And then we already talked about single occupancy. Angela, I think we already addressed that. They'd pay double the bid, the bid rate is per person, right? Per guest, double occupancy.
If you bid for more than one category, Mitch, is it possible that you could win on more than one bid? Like, could you get 2 offers?
No, you will not get 2 offers. You'll only get 1 offer.
Okay. Is there any ranking in that? Like, if I bid for 2 things, and if I would have been confirmed for both, is it going to give me the highest category?
Yes. So,
okay, great.
And there's human intervention on the bid acceptance. Okay. So if we see somebody has bid for multiple categories, we would give them probably the highest category that they bid on, because that would be, what they would want the most typically. Right. So we would be approving them there as well.
Thank you.
Yep. And again, just reiterating the ADA issue, so ADA cabin issue. So if the guest is in an ADA cabin, we will confirm them in another ADA cabin. And again, if there's if there's an option that for ADA, somebody in an ADA cabin that maybe they didn't bid on or they skipped it, we will give them a call and say, we can put you in a premium balcony. We have a premium balcony. You didn't bid on a premium balcony. We have one available. You bid on a mini suite, which we don't have available. So again, a lot of outreach and customer service really is what we want to do. Okay. And yes, so Deb K, thanks for the question. Absolutely. Thank you for
putting. So the question is it correct that FCCs can be used for upgrade bid payment? And you said yes?
Yes. Yes.
Excellent.
They can be. So
I love yes.
It's the FCCs that are treated as payment types, not a discount. So if there was, which we really don't do anymore, but if for some reason there is a discount FCC % off, that cannot be used, but any FCC that is treated as a payment, you can apply that and use it, or the guest can use that for their payment. And they can also use it for the payment of the PVP if there's PVP and it's an increase. So
if you're using an FCC, then you still put in the credit card number initially, and then when you accept, you'll have an option to use FCC. Is that how that works?
Yeah. So when you're putting in your credit card, so we're going to get to payment in just a second. When you put in your credit card, you're actually just saying your bid is serious. You're not actually, that's not going to be used to pay. So so this is all, I'm confirming, I'm submitting my offer, and it will make sure that if you don't see this screen, which says we've received your bid and confirmation is headed your way, then your bid it wasn't submitted correctly. So you want to make sure that you see this. It's not that it's an issue. I just want to make sure. But
if they know what to expect,
yeah. So now let's talk about confirmation, which is different. So or acceptance. So if your bid is accepted, what will happen is an acceptance notification will go out through the system. Again, both the guest and the client and the travel advisor will receive a copy of that. What happens then is our team will be moving the cabin, making sure the pricing is right, things like that. A new booking confirmation will go out, and then there's 4 ways, assuming that the guest has clicked the little box that said pay with an FCC on the previous screen, which I apologize I missed. There's 4 ways to pay. One is with the FCC, so we'll apply the FCC on their behalf. So the travel agent, travel advisor doesn't need to do that. It will be all taken care of. 2, travel advisor can go onto Polar Online and make the payment if they want. The guest can call into Princess or travel advisor, but I would recommend not doing that. That's for everybody faster. Just go on Polar Online. And the third or the fourth is we are opening up the cruise personalizer to accept payments from travel advisor bookings, from travel agency bookings. But just to be clear, it's only after final payment has been made and there's no commission is going to show, there's no net or gross. It is simply your new amount due, which is will be for the upgrade and any PVP costs. So we'll cover those. It will be bundled together. And so the guests, you can just have your guests go on the cruise personalizer and pay directly through the cruise personalizer. And I think, and I'm hoping that will probably be the #1 choice for everybody, because it is certainly the simplest. And again, not that I don't want you to have to work for the commission, but we'd rather you be selling a new cruise,
Yes.
another Princess cruise, than administering a payment. So,
Correct.
but
This is
if
icing
you
on the
choose,
cake. We wanted to make
Yeah.
it struggle-free.
Yeah.
exactly. So
Love it.
we're gonna get they'll get a booking confirmation, a Princess booking confirmation with their new booking information, and as well as directions on how they can make payment. So,
Great.
and that is it. And so
Great.
I know we have some more Q&A at the
We
end.
do.
We do.
So
Yeah,
I'm
so
gonna,
hang on with us, Mitch.
I
Stay
will.
with us. And then when we come back to the end with more questions, then we'll pop you back in so you can help us answer.
Absolutely.
There's lots of great questions in the chat as well, so we'll cover
Okay.
that.
And I also want to say, obviously, thank you, Mitch. That was fantastic. And you thought you wouldn't have enough content for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And you did. You could have had the whole webinar
You
to
could
yourself.
have.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Marsha and I didn't have to do any heavy lifting today. That was pretty
You work
fabulous.
on something for so long, it's like,
It's awesome. It's a passion play, and we
It's really,
appreciate it.
yeah.
And at the end of the day, we're putting money in the pockets of our
Yeah.
amazing travel partners.
And it's so
That
helpful to
is
have
true.
the creators and the person who worked
Yeah.
on all the details of this program come here and
Share
share it with our trade advisors. So
thank you.
Yay.
So we're going to move pretty
Welcome.
quickly. First of all, I apologize because we'll definitely be going over. So my apologies in advance. I know that things always technical. We had a little technical difficulty in the beginning, but we want to talk about groups because first and foremost, we always say that when you are on a webinar, it's going to give you a little insight of what to expect. Do know that in September, actually, starting September 6th, these upgrade programs come into play. We will be doing a group blitz. So the sales team will be out there doing an amazing blitz, focusing on group business, helping you grow your portfolio, whether it's affinity, open promotion, etc. Right? So Marsha and I will be back on the 8th of September, that Thursday after we launch the program. In depth, it'll all be about groups. As you know, Marsha is a group guru. She headed the group department at one point. So I'm very excited that we'll have that webinar specific to that. But before we get to the group blitz in September, we want to talk about the updates that we did to our group pricing. And as always, we listen to you, we adjust, course correct, and move forward. So talk
Yes.
about the new standard base fare.
Okay, so as you guys know, the last time we talked, we shared that we were doing a change to our group pricing. So when you create a group with us, effective with the America's 2023-2024 program, which we just opened, when you open a new group in that program, it's defaulting to our standard fare for the group contract. And we heard you that you guys like Plus, you guys like Premier, you like the options and to be able to have the choice, right? So we talked to our teams internally, and they did a fantastic job of coming up with a lot of options for us. And so we are going to actually make a change so that you will have the ability to make the choice on what the group contract is going to be for your groups and for your clients. So the way we're going to do it is, once you get the group contract, you know how you're able to add amenities onto your group. There's an amenity list that is supplied by Princess, and it tells you, choose this amenity and apply it to the group, and everybody in the group gets this for you. So we're using that concept. You're going to use an amenity code that you're going to apply. It'll be 0 points, so there's no cost to you to setting up the group at the price point you'd like. You apply that code, and then that code is going to then populate that group with the Princess Plus pricing, and it will be communicated on the contract for you so that you now can speak confidently about the price point that you're going to advertise for this group. We're adding 4 new codes, because the other thing we heard from you was about the fact that sometimes you want to be able to add Princess Plus to all guests on your group. That means including thirds and fourths, the upper guest. And sometimes you just want the group to be just for first and second, or the price for first and second for the plus, right? So you will have that flexibility. There's going to be 4 new codes. Again, 0 points, and all you do is add it on. You'll have the ability to add or remove this from your group up until final payment, right? And that is the same for being able to add or delete any amenity chosen. So it's a lot of flexibility, and you can decide. So we're really excited and happy that our internal teams work so hard to come up with a solution for us. The other thing we heard, and I'll try and go over this a little more quickly. The other thing we heard from you is that it's a little confusing to have this change start with a program release, right? So we were also able to get a change for us that we are going to, although it's live and available now on America's 2023 and 2024, you will now be able to add these codes to those existing groups you might have already built starting on Monday, right? So these codes will be live and working. We're going to change all of the resources that you have available to yourselves on Polar Online, as well as on our OneSource website. And then effective September 19th, we are going to have all new groups that you build with Princess be this new process. So we will remove some of the confusion and the inability to understand what group I've opened. And then we're also changing promos. So for those of you that are into the details, our current group price is LG1. And we've used that all throughout pretty much the life of our Princess groups. We've decided to make a change so that it'll be easier for you guys to understand what type of group you've taken out. So the LG1 is going to always be the Princess Plus. And these new groups are now going to have a different promo code of LGS for standard. So that means that if you have a group with a promo code LGS, that means you've got the new program where you have the flexibility to pick where it's plus or premier or keep the standard. If you have LG1, then it is automatically created for you with the plus pricing. Woo, that was a mouthful.
It's a mouthful, but I want to, so I want to address why the change. So
Yes.
One of the things everybody asked, we always built our groups with Princess Plus. This was a great opportunity when we added Premier to have that option as well. But more importantly, many of you asked for, we just want the basic group pricing so you are competitive, Princess. Because by the way, and we haven't even talked about celebration groups, okay?
Yeah.
That is huge. So more to come on groups. We're going to go more in depth into all of this during that group webinar that we're going to have, Connect with Princess, on September 8th with Marsha and myself. But for now, no, that's the reason for the standard. Many of you had asked for just a basic lead-in price to book in groups with either your affinity guests or just open promotions, and that's why we created standard. But in keeping with listening to you and being a pleasure to do business with, thank you, Marsha, who took it upon herself as our group guru to go in there and work with the internal teams, on the commercial teams, everybody in IT to make sure that we get you what you need on your confirmations and with the different abilities. It's all about flexibility. I like to say it's not one size fits all, but one size fits one. So that it takes this to the next level. So we're going to move on right along, Joe, because I know we got to move it. I want to give away our cruise. Oh. And there she is, introducing Princess Group Travel on Instagram with none other than the queen of Princess Groups.
Last time we talked, I shared this new Instagram page with you all, and lots of you followed me. So thank you, thank you, thank you. We're coming up with new content to share and different things to share with you there. I've had lots of great chats with people who are talking about getting the group set up, and they have just a question about it. So contact me there. Follow me on Instagram under Princess Group Travel and let's talk.
I love it. So we don't have to wait till the winter. Okay.
Yeah.
Future cruise credits. I get this a lot, so I'm going to move very fast. And you know, I love to give you insider insights. Are they expired December 31st or not?
Are they?
This is me having an ESP moment.
Are they?
If I was betting, and I can't announce anything yet, but if I was betting, I think we will be seeing an announcement in September or sooner, wink, wink, that we will be really looking at how we extend this beyond this year. Why? Because folks still aren't, you know, we just lifted restrictions now, so I really want to make sure that we keep your clients happy and that we keep the momentum forward. So again, in keeping with being a pleasure to do business with, more to come on that. But of course, we always talk about where do you find your clients FCC because they forget they're there, right?
Right.
So my princess via princess.com, right?
Yep.
And we feature this at every webinar to help you be a better translator and differentiator of what's available to your clients. So that next slide, because we're going to go through some time-saving tips on how to find an FCC listing using Polar Online.
Yep.
QR codes. By the way, queen of groups and guru, king of QR codes is Joe.
Yeah.
By the way, Joe's son is on this season of The Bachelorette.
Oh my
he
goodness.
was just featured. So hashtag Team Tino, T-I-N-O. I think I have wedding bells in our future. And Joe is the nicest guy. So they did not think drama to you. Look, he's moving me right along. Way to go, Joe. He is such a shy guy. Totally different than his normal self. He's the nicest guy. Salt of the earth, drama TV. So now Joe's going to be a star. He's going to be a star. So again, we talk about recipe. you guys hear us? I sure hope so. I think we're back. We're back. Our apologies. It's always technical. So hopefully, I got to talk about what brought me into this industry, the love boat, the more exciting news, and there'll be more to come on this. Next slide, because we're going to be airing going to be a fantastic announcement in September for the real love boat, starting October 5th on CBS, prime time, hosted by Rebecca and Jerry.
Saying we're not back.
We're still not back. Still not working. I'm so disappointed because it's exciting, but we got the visuals. Do they see the visuals at least? Not clear. Same issues. Still horrible. Oh my. Okay. Oh,
Let's try it again.
let's try it. I see Joe.
Hi, Joe.
Hi, I only came just to see if your sound would improve. When Mitch was up, it was working.
Okay. So, can they hear me now? Still bad.
It's still
Okay. Yes, they
skipping around.
They can see the visual. I'm sticking straight to this. Let's see. Joe sounds great. Joe, take it from here. The real one.
You want me to take it from here?
Hey.
Go ahead, Joe.
All right. Well, you all know that Princess was, 45 years ago was the star of the Love Boat. Well, it's now the star of the Love Boat starting October 5th on CBS. And in honor of that, we're going to have a Love Boat sale that starts September 1st through August 31st. And people booking will get drink, Wi-Fi, the crew appreciation, and a $100 credit. And so that starts again September 1st, and you can watch princess.com for sales tools coming soon. And let's see, I think Mitch joined us, so maybe that'll fix your sound.
Okay.
Okay, let's test it. Can you hear us now better? I'm sorry, Joe didn't.
Mitch, are you there?
Easy job.
Everyone's sound is going down. Mitch, can you say something?
I sure can.
Okay, well, we could start with Mitch with the Q&A, and
Okay.
Then we'll give the prize away. So let's hit the questions, Mitch.
Okay. So are any of the upgraded cabins accessible? And can you notate? So that you need an accessible cabin. Yes, accessible cabins will be available for upgrade. And really, there's no place to notate. We actually do it. We've created our communication or the creation of the eligibility list includes the cabin that they're in. So we are automatically notating the booking that it's accessible. So from an administrative side, we'll be able to handle that. Are we still providing occasional complimentary upgrades? We may, as needed, but hopefully, with bidding and increased sales, that won't be happening as much, but there is always the opportunity to do complimentary upgrades.
Okay, next one.
Can a client bid when they are part of a group booking? Yes, they can. Okay, easy one.
Next one.
And we'll just go. Yep. Again, can a client bid even if they've selected a no upgrade? Yes, we are bypassing that. It is up to them. That no upgrade really means no complimentary upgrade or no auto berth upgrade.
Okay.
The travel advisors bid for an upgrade of sailing. Yes, we answered that. Yeah, already, but yes, they can. Can travel agents make a bid on behalf of clients? Yes, they can. So travel agents can, or the clients themselves can.
All right.
Can guests want to approve the location? We talked about that kind of in depth, but in general, no, but we will do everything possible to mitigate any friction points. Can you bid on a specific cabin? No, you cannot. It's really all in the processing and what's available at the time.
Oops, hang on a second here. I know we answered this, Mitch, but
Yes, yes, they do. Just to reiterate, for if anybody missed it, travel advisors do earn their standard and override commission on the upgrade cost, as well as commission on any increase in PVP, which is the Princess Vacation Protection.
okay, Mitch. We're gonna do the prize in a minute, but I just have a few
Okay.
questions from some of the audience. I just want to throw a couple up because they came up several times. Here's one.
How will it work with a guarantee cabin? So guarantee cabins can still, as they're still in a certain category, they're guaranteed in a category, so they will be offered the opportunity to upgrade in to different levels, different metas with on that sailing, and they will not be placed in a, if their upgrade is accepted or their bid is accepted, they will be placed in a cabin. They will not be left as an guarantee.
Thank you. Two more. And then,
Are interline rates combinable? Yes, with the bid upgrade option, they are.
okay. And the last one, I'm trying to find it right now, but one of the questions that came up several times, Mitch, was whether loyalty level figures into the bidding process at all.
It is a used as a tiebreaker. So if two guests bid the same amount, then we look at their loyalty level as the kind of the tiebreaker.
Great. Okay. All right. So thank you everyone for staying a little bit longer. We're ready now. It's why isn't the thing coming up? There we go. It's prize time. So the winner of today's, what's that say, Carmen? Let's see. Oh, Team Joe. Oh boy. Hey, thank you everyone for being nice to me in the chat. All right. Okay. So the winner of a 7-day cruise is, come on. There we go.
Hey.
Patricia Johnson with Cruise Brothers from Oakland, California.
That is great.
All right. Congratulations, Patricia. Everyone in the attendance, we want to thank you for your patience and for sticking with us. I know we ran a little long. We had technical difficulties. Blame it on ASTA. No, I'm kidding. Blame it on San Francisco or wherever Carmen got not bringing her laptop. I don't know. But thank you all for attending, and we will see you soon. And thank you.
Thanks.